Hey there, welcome back to Tim Talks Cooking. Today we are talking pressure cooker pork loin, my friend. That's right, pressure cooker pork loin. I've got this big old 5-pound pork loin here, and I'm going to get it ready to serve in about an hour. Let's get started. Here's what you'll need to make this delicious pressure cooker pork loin. Starts off with a 5-pound pork loin. You can see here I've got it trussed up. If you want to learn how to do that, I'll put a link on the screen to the chef that I watched to learn how to do this today. I've actually never done it before. It's not that hard, but there are many videos and some of them are more confusing than others. Anyway, I think I did, for a first time, pretty good job. You're also going to need about 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. This is about a tablespoon and a half of Worcestershire sauce, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper, as always, a quart of chicken stock or vegetable stock, or you could even use a quart of water if you like. And then of course I've got some aromatic vegetables here. I've got about 1½ onions. I just happen to have a half an onion that I thought I'd use. About 1½ onions here that I've cut into a large dice, as well as 1 big fat carrot that I washed and diced. Some celery that I also cut into large sections here, and a rough chop of garlic here. This is about 4 cloves. And I thought it would add some interest to cut up a jalapeno pepper with its veins and seeds. It really will not end up making this really spicy. I've been preheating the base of my pressure cooker here for about 3 minutes on medium-high heat, and now I've added a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Now that we've got it in there, we can start to season it with some salt, and we're going to be generous, and some freshly ground black pepper. I'm going to let this brown for 3 to 4 minutes before I move it at all. Here, I've just turned it, and look at how beautifully it's browned on top. Now I'm going to leave it for a couple of minutes to brown on the bottom. We'll also turn it to brown it on each side before we begin to pressure cook it. To brown the sides, stand it up and hold it with your tongs while it browns. This will take just a few minutes, but this really will improve the flavor, and you'll be glad you did this. If you're wondering why brown the meat at all, there are 2 reasons actually. One of them is that the browning actually develops the sugars in the meat and makes it taste better. This makes a really delicious taste on top of the meat, on the inside. It kind of pervades everything. The other reason, and let me just show you, is for the brown bits on the bottom of the pan, which are really flavorful and which make a great gravy or stock. Anyway, I'm going to continue browning here until we're all brown, and I think I'll actually give it a little more time on this side. We don't seem to have gotten contact with the bottom of the pan, and I want that to be brown too. Now my pork loin is really pretty much browned the way I want it, so I'm just going to go ahead and add in the rest of the ingredients. I'm not going to bother with a little bit of fat down there. We're just going to leave it in and worry about it later. Here's our chicken stock, our Italian seasonings, the Worcestershire sauce, mustard, stir that in, the vegetables. We're just going to dump them in, make sure we get them all in there. Now I'm going to attach the lid. There we go. And turn it up to the highest heat setting. And then set my bobber for 15 pounds pressure. We're going to let this come up to pressure and start to rock gently. When it does, I'm going to set my timer for 50 minutes. My bobber has started bobbing, so I've set my timer for 50 minutes, and we're just going to wait it out. I'm going to turn the heat down gradually over this period of time. Right now I've turned it from high to medium high, and in about 10 minutes I'll turn it from medium high to medium and see if it stays bobbing like that. We want to cook it on the lowest heat and at the highest pressure we can. My timer's just gone off. I've turned the flame off, and I'm just going to remove this from the heat and let the pressure descend naturally. It's now been about 35 minutes, and I'm going to tip my little topper, no hissing. I'm going to remove the lid, see what we've got going on here. And there's our pork loin. And here you can see how it turned out. It isn't that Just gorgeous. Look at how beautiful that is. Well, all right, let's give this a taste. I think this will make a lot of great meals. Tonight, especially with the roasted Brussels sprouts, I'll put a link to that up here on the screen. Oh. So tender, so juicy. It actually doesn't need gravy, it's so delicious. This mouth-watering, melt in your mouth pork loin. You were going to love this recipe. So simple, as you saw me do it here. And as you can see, many, many servings. I hope that you'll try this recipe. And I also hope that you will like, share, comment, and of course, subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. It helps you find my videos. I upload a couple of times a week. It also helps my channel grow. Listen, thanks so much for visiting here today at Tim Talks Cooking. We'll catch you next time.